Masakum Allah bil khair. Thank you for inviting me here today. It's an honor and privilege to be here with you today and share with you my story. The irony in my story is that ever since I was a child, my one and only dream was to get accepted at Harvard Law. And here I am today giving a talk at Harvard, not as an alumnus, but as an orthopedic surgeon. In the path that got me here, I learned that there's no armor against fate, as God designs our destinies in mysterious ways. I remember back in high school, knowing the stringent requirements of getting accepted at Harvard, I did everything I could possibly do to guarantee me an acceptance there. I focused on extracurricular activities. I was president of the National Honor Society. I was in student council. I studied hard and graduated as a salutatorian with a 4.1 GPA. I even practiced the piano for almost 10 years. I forced myself to go to these painful lessons when I didn't really like the piano because I was told it would look good on my CV. After all this tedious planning and hard work, I then got that one-page letter envelope from Harvard with a rejection. I was devastated. My childhood dream was crushed. I didn't have a plan B and was too depressed to think of one, but with the support of my loving family, I decided to pursue a career in medicine, I guess, because I enjoyed my biology class. So I started medical school and for the first year decided to enjoy life. I started studying hard again and hopped back up on the saddle to become a competent physician. After 7 years of medical school, I had to write the MD exam. All physicians know that this is a long and painful exam requiring months of preparation, sleepless nights. Once you pass that exam, though, you feel great because everybody starts calling you doctor. I wanted to buy a Porsche at the time to fit the image, but couldn't afford one. But all that lasted a moment before I realized that in order for me to become a certified surgeon in North America, I needed to devote the next 8 years of my life studying hard. It felt like running a 50-mile marathon, and just when you get to the finish line, you realize there are another 50 miles to go. So after medical school, I had to make another decision, and that was what medical specialty to specialize in. Like many people, I was fascinated by the brain and therefore decided to pursue neurosurgery. I applied to neurosurgery programs in Canada and got accepted at the University of Alberta. I then wanted to become a competent neurosurgeon. Therefore, I worked tirelessly day and night to get the best out of my 6-year residency. My turning point was at my 3rd year of residency when I did an orthopedics rotation, and I fell in love with orthopedics. I loved everything about orthopedics. I loved the techniques, the outcomes, the patient. Despite investing years of my life in neurosurgery and spending almost 18 hours daily for 3 years, I was convinced that orthopedics is the career of choice. I remember the discussion I had with my neurosurgery program director at the time, who was shocked with my decision to switch career paths. As he put it with that disappointed look in his eye, so you want to move from brains to bones. You want to move from the prestige of the brain to hips, knees, and ankles. Have you lost your mind? I was, however, so confident of my decision, and as my orthopedic registry program director used to sarcastically say, I saw the light. And indeed, I saw the light and didn't hesitate. I transferred to orthopedics. Despite investing years of my life in neurosurgery, I was confident of my decision. For the first time in my life, I wasn't convincing myself of my decision. I was doing what I loved, and I recognized that because I was passionate learning more every day. I graduated as an orthopedic surgeon and was fortunate to get accepted in a top-tier fellowship in Chicago, specializing in joint replacement. I had the privilege to work with some of the most prominent figures in the field of joint replacements, where I learned novel techniques and later on developed my own technique and with unique results. The hospital I worked with was kind enough to invest in building a joint replacement center, and I was appointed director of the center and chairman of the Department of Orthopedics. My early life experience is no Hollywood blockbuster, but it started out as a young, ambitious boy with a stubborn vision of excelling and making a difference, yet trusting in a flexible plan. I truly believe that opportunities don't happen. You create them, and the harder you work, the luckier you get. As Colin Powell once said, there's no secret to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. You don't have to be intelligent, exceptional, or super smart to succeed, but you have to be persistent, focused, disciplined, and hardworking. I'm sure a lot of you in the audience today are on their road to success, but for those of you who are still thinking of where and how to start, I leave you with Eleanor Roosevelt's words: it takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan. Therefore, take action. Thank you.